Y'all, we are going to try this again because the people have been playing with me, you guys. I told you this was going to be an amazing series, and so far, I've been right. If you guys are new here, my name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. Y'all, I'm here to put you on, okay? And we are back today to talk about Parish, Season 1, Episode 2, Blood in the Water. And there was blood in the water. By the end of this episode, there was definitely blood in the water. So if that's your speed, if that's something that you're into, if you're into recaps and reviews, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I drop a new video. I drop videos at least 3 to 4 to 5 videos a week. Okay. That's just what it is. I watch a lot of TV. Okay. But y'all, let's get right into this episode. Again, Giancarlo Esposito, in my mind, can do no wrong. And I love him as a lead. Now, I don't know if they've set a precedent with the first episode with us getting a car chase every single episode in the opening, but it seems like they are, because season 2 or episode 2 was no different. Immediately we get a car chase, and this time Gray is going to the red and blue lights. Okay. And we ultimately find out that this was the evening or the night that his son Maddie was unalived. All right. And so slowly but surely we are getting more details about what happened to Maddie and really how Gray has been processing it right over time. And so we'll hopefully get more information as the season continues. But again, like I said before, definitely giving me Your Honor vibes, this father-son bond, this feeling responsible for the demise of your child. It's overarching. And like I said, it's Louisiana. And so you're going to get those vibes. The cleanup has begun. So we know after or the end of episode 1, there was a big cleanup, right? A big cleanup that had to be done in Gray's mechanic shop, his luxury car service garage. And so he and Colin are there cleaning, and Gray is spazzing out because he's like, listen, if anything is found here, I'm going to leave my family indefinitely, right? Like I won't be able to see my family again. And so Colin, played by Ski Ulrich, reassures him and is like, Gray, we got this. Okay. We got this, bro. Don't even worry about it. And so they're cleaning. And I want you guys to pay careful attention because I know this is going to come full circle. But even in the water on the garage floor, we're seeing crosses. We're seeing crosses there. We're seeing crosses throughout the entire episode. And so I'm really curious about how Gray's faith is going to come into play in this series, right? And so I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that. Now, Gray, as they're cleaning, one of his staff members comes and is like, hey, I'm here early. And Gray's like, why? I need you to leave. And so basically he talks her out and, she's like, get some sleep. You've been here all night. And he's like, fine. Colin's hiding, by the way. They get rid of her. They're able to do what they need to do. Next, we are in the room with Zenzo, the horse, and the sister. Okay. And basically they're kind of debriefing about what just happened because what kind of time are you on, Zenzo, right? The horse is like, bro, like, what are you doing? Okay. And she's like, what was the plan, Zenzo? What was our plan and our destination? And so they were like, intel. We were supposed to get information from the lawyer, not hit him in the back of the head with a crowbar. Okay. And Zenzo's like, you guys are weak. You guys are soft. You guys are here in America now. And you're doing something that, we didn't do back in Africa. When I worked for Baba, we got the job done, okay, by any means necessary. And now you guys are coming on a different energy, a different time. Don't forget who took the lashes for you. And basically the horse is like, I'm the leader now. You're not working for Baba anymore, okay? And so you need to get in line or get lost. So then next thing we see is Colin talking to Gray because now that they've got the garage cleaned up, of course, they need to make their next move. And so they're talking and he's like, basically they are human traffickers. And Gray's like, great. You really got me into it now, Colin. And so we go back home and we find out that Michaela, Gray's daughter, has been suspended for fighting because they tried to play on my good sis's top. And she said that, listen, I'm not one of them. They thought I was bougie. They thought I was scared. They thought I wasn't going to do anything. And that's not in my DNA. Okay. The next thing we know, guys, the popo are knocking at the dodo. At the dodo. Okay. And so they are like, you are a known connect with Colin. There was a robbery. Somebody said that they saw a man fitting your description in Metairie the other day. Just kind of hurling things. And so Michaela steps in is like, is it because he's black? It's because he's black. Is it because he's black? It's because he's black. And so basically they're like, you don't have anything. And so Gray closes the door on them. They tried to come in, honey, for an open house tour. Like, stop being nosy. But my thing, that was really quick for them to kind of deduce what happened that fast. Like, I don't know what kind of time they're on or what's really going on, but that was interesting. That was an interesting play. Because really, I don't know. And he's like, he told them he hadn't seen them, Colin, for 17, 18 years. Well, when his wife, Rose, asked him, he's like, oh, I saw him when he got out. I gave him some money, but I haven't seen him since. Don't lie to your wife, sir, because I have a sneaking suspicion that she knows about his life of crime prior to the kids and marriage. But, next thing we see, the horse and his sister are in this home. Okay. This beautiful, immaculate home. She starts playing the piano. And all of a sudden we hear, Miriam, are you on my piano? Miriam, are you on my piano? Miriam, get off my piano. And we're like, who is this? This is Harry Lislow. Okay. And basically the horse is giving him the business. Like, look, you treat the working class like they're nothing. You've come up on the backs of them. And we're kind of just back here with a business proposition. You know what I mean? And he's like, that's not how we do business. This is not proper business etiquette. And he's like, is it etiquette or is it because we black? Or because we're African, rather. And so basically the guy is slow to kind of come aboard. But the thing is, apparently we find out what happened, why they needed the lawyer, what they were breaking into to get from the safe. Passports. Okay, so apparently in the human trafficking game, the people who have the passports have the power because, of course, that's how they traffic the people, right? They have to have a paper trail. And so the horse had sold this man and his company, his people, whoever, passports for these people, and then stole them back because they want a direct feed for this partnership. Basically, they want a cut. They don't just want the money for the passports. They want to cut. And they're saying that they're bringing the labor directly then to them. And the people who own the passports own the people. It's sick. And to think that this really goes on and has gone on for hundreds of years, is thousands of years, probably. Lord, heartbreaking. And basically he tells the man, you adapt or you get unalived is what it is. And so Gray now is moving very nervous. Like I said, I feel like Colin is a liability at the end of the day. I think he is a bit nuanced. He is a man, right? He's a grown full man, but there's still a part of him that's a son to me. Like, he's just so non-respected in every space. Colin is just like a F up. That's how he comes across, and that he doesn't have the respect that a normal man would have. I don't know. It's an interesting character played by Skeet Ulrich that I know from Scream, honey. Your mom was a slutbag. Listen, y'all know the rest. If you haven't seen Scream, go back and watch it. At this point, it's vintage, okay? And so Gray, we know, is lying to the wife about everything, and Michaela's curious, Dad, because what you got going on, okay? Within the last 2 days, a lot has been happening. So Michaela is very inquisitive, and I know that that's probably not going to bode her well in the future, because if she digs too close, honey, she's going to see too much as it relates to Gray in his business dealings. So now it's like, what's the plan? And so Gray has come up with this idea that they need to get rid of this body, and so they need to make a drive. Earlier in the episode, we hear about the son, Maddie, who used to skip school and go to the bumper cars, right? And so I'm like, okay. But now, as we're going to drop off the body, we find ourselves in a defunct amusement park, right? And apparently this was the amusement park that Maddie used to do the bumper cars at. So all kinds of emotions. They dropped the body off in the water. I'm calling it an alligator pit because it looks like alligators were in there. Okay. And then the Cadillac, the caddy gets stuck. and they can't get it out. And immediately Gray goes off on Colin, like, you never have a contingency plan. You're never prepared. You suck. Basically, you're always ill prepared. You know, you're a screw up, basically. And so then Gray kind of goes off on his own to the bumper cars. And this is the first time we really kind of see him melt down. The grief is kind of overcoming him and overwhelming him. And I think he's just trying to find his bearings. And like he said in the first episode, I don't know how to exist in a world without my son. You know what I mean? And that's the vibes that he was giving. But as he pulls himself together, he gets up, he sees rope on this wheel. He gets the idea they're going to make a pulley and get the car out. They did. They drive off to the sunset. But where are they headed to? They're headed to the horse's house. Okay. Because now that the deal's done, now that all of our terms and conditions have been met, run us the money so that we can get out of here and never see you guys again. Okay. So Gray gets there, Colin gets there, but before they get in, the sister is breaking down the horse why they can't be trusted. Okay. Gray has just lost a son. His son was murdered. He's still grieving. He is not capable of being trustworthy in her mind. Right. And the horse is already like, I like him. I like him. He's cool under pressure. He's somebody I need on my team. So as Gray and Colin walk in, she walks out with an attitude. You know, she always got an attitude. I don't like her. And so they're sitting there and they're talking. Well, they're standing there and talking, and he invites Gray to sit down. Colin has to stay standing, and he says, Colin, smile. But he also says, you know, guys, I don't want you to think that's our family. We are not a violent family. We are loving. We are caring. You know, blah, 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 blah. And so Colin just, you know, he wants the money. And so, you know, he asked Gray, you know, so what do you think? Are you in for this? He said, you know, I was just helping my buddy with the job. And so the horse hands Gray the money, a slight to Colin, because again, no one views Colin as a man at this point. And so, and basically he kind of implies the only reason you're still alive, Colin, is because of Gray. And Colin says, well, it'll never happen again. And the horse says, I know it won't. Take that as you may. Gray hands the money to Colin out of respect. And he's like, okay, sir, I think our dealings are done. And the horse is like, no, I need you. I need you as my will man. I need you as my right hand. I need you in my life because I trust you. Something about you I just love. Okay. And so Gray reluctantly is like, okay, got to do what I got to do. All right. I tried to leave the life, but something keeps pulling me back. And so they decide that they need to go somewhere, the horse and the son and Gray. And so they're leaving out, and security's like, all right, we're coming. And the horse is like, no, just Gray and the son. And so immediately when Gray sees the son, we kind of see that connection, that father-son bond. Right. And I think seeing it demonstrated in someone else was probably even more heartbreaking for Gray. Than the fact that, of course, he doesn't have his own son. And so they're in the car, and he says, young man, you back there, you buckled up. And the young man barely acknowledges him. And in this moment, I loved it because the horse corrects his son. It's like, you know, I told you, son, about respecting your elders. Mr. Gray said something to you. How do you respond? And so the son responds, and it was a cute moment. Now for the part that I was not expecting. Okay, so we are riding down the street, minding our own business. Suddenly, this all black car, all blacked out, starts kind of speeding up, going around, doing the absolute most, blocks them in. Gray's got to put on his whip-tastic handling to get out of the situation. And so we're like, what's going on? And he's like, is this you, horse? Like, are these your people? Who'd you piss off? And we know he pissed off that man. Because this was the militia, honey, not a brown person in the bunch. Okay. And they were after them with the AK, with all the, I don't know what type of guns they are. I'm saying AKs because that's what I say about all the big guns that shoot a lot of bullets. Anyway, or the big blickies that shoot a lot of bullets. And so anyway, he's doing his whip-tastic handling as best as he can do, but honey, he ends up crashing. And so immediately he's like, okay, horse, let me take the son and let me get him to safety. And so he runs off with the son, gets him to safety. And after all, the horse is the only one with a gun or with a blicky anyway. So listen, we had to do what we had to do. A shootout ensues. Gray's got the little boy where he needs to be. And then soon followed by the horse running, but shooting at the same time. And it's just in the moment that he's just close to getting to Gray and the son, the horse gets shot. And I'm like, is this an unalive shot? Like, is this the end? It can't be. The season's so early. We need more of the horse. I like the horse. Okay. And so he's there laid out, bleeding out. The people are still shooting, and that's how the episode ends. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming he's not gone yet. He can't be. He can't be. The season's too early, and I like his character. Okay. And we do not need Zenzo in control. He's a live wire, and he has a thirst for power. Also, kind of side note, it was interesting to see that Zenzo is actually the older brother. It's giving there's going to be some infighting, some saboteur behavior in this. So we shall see what happens with that. But you guys, overall, again, another great episode. I am thoroughly impressed, thoroughly intrigued. Can't wait for episode 3. If you're watching, drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking of Parish season 1. And if you're still here, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.